Here you go.
No.
Time for breakfast. Time for breakfast.
What is happening, people? The other day I thought to myself, if Casey Neistat could upload a video every single day, run a business and have a family, and edit a video and make a YouTube video every single day, why can't I do a video every other day? So at the beginning of the week, I set myself a goal to make a video every other day, and this is going to be the next video leading on from the last video that was the day before yesterday.
Diazepam, also known as Valium, which is an anti-anxiety medicine, looks like it could bind in the heart and push chloroquine out of the heart muscle.
Training in terms of coronavirus, home workouts is going pretty well. I've got into like a bit of a routine of it now. Start off every single session with 3 rounds of skipping. I'm gonna get super good at skipping. Use this time to play on my weaknesses and improve them and make them better. I'm training legs here, right? And we do not have a squat rack. So that means any weight that I want to squat, I have to clean and press. Obviously your legs are a lot stronger than your clean and press, especially if you don't clean and press. So we've been working on clean and press technique, getting that a little bit better, and we're gonna start doing more of those just to improve. Legs. We have only got dumbbells and barbells to train with. We're starting off with a quad dominated session. The way that I train during these quarantine times is per body part, I will do 3 exercises for 3 sets till failure or near to failure, and then any accessories I'll throw in at the end. I'm currently doing a push-pull legs routine. Sometimes I'll throw in an arm day as well. I'm removing arms for a push-pull legs. Exercise number 2, we've got dumbbell lunges. You can obviously do these with a dumbbell or barbell. That is the beautiful thing about the way that we're training. Like, you only need 1 bit of kit and some weight, really. 3 sets again, go to a failure or near enough to a failure, just really pushing it. The main thing in these times, if you're doing bodyweight exercises, whatever kind of training you're doing, is to ensure you are improving. Track your lifts, make sure they're going up and you are getting better, be it bodyweight exercises, be it doing like a couple more reps, be it doing more time under tension, improve. Last but not least, on this quad orientated day, we're doing Romanian deadlifts for the hamstrings. So finish off with those. Again, we've only got dumbbells up to 28 kilos, so 20-ish reps, keeping the tension, and then we're incorporating some different sorts of movements as the final exercise as well. Like I said, I was do it using this time to improve the things that I'm not very good at, or improve the things that I wouldn't necessarily train. So we're gonna train for explosiveness, and I do a couple of sets of ceiling touches at the end, like basically high jumps, just seeing how high I can jump, touch the ceiling, it doesn't look very high, but it's pretty fucking high, and it's pretty brutal at the end of a leg session, just to improve my vertical jump, get more explosive power, and just become more physically fit and functional. Alright, we're leaving music playing in the background. Music's probably gonna ruin the video a little bit. It's gonna mean that we're gonna make no money. It's gonna get copyrighted, but we don't make YouTube videos because we make money. We make YouTube videos because we are passionate. YouTube is a fucking art. We should do it because we love it, not because we want to financially profit off it. So who gives a shit? That's not saying I'm not gonna monetize my videos. Obviously, if I can monetize them, I will monetize them, but monetization is like down here on the priority ladder. Okay, so I just sat down in front of the camera. I don't really know what I want to speak about. Maybe I'm probably just gonna speak my mind for a minute because like I'm gonna record the answers to the questions that you guys asked me. But I just wanted to go over something and like kind of warm up speaking. I've been feeling, I'm not been feeling weird recently, but I've been like reflecting on a lot of things recently. And I think we live in, or I do anyway, I've always lived in this state of denial where it's much easier to ignore things and not address them and kind of like keep on living the way that we're currently living, rather than like thinking, really considering like what you want out of life and what you want to achieve and are you currently on the right path. Like I do this thing where I put things off and I don't reflect enough and I don't sit down and think, okay, is the path that I'm currently on right now at this present moment, is what I'm currently doing at this very minute, is that on the right direction to my future? And obviously the future is dictated by the present moment or the now. Like what you're doing at this very moment in time all adds up to give you like a bigger outcome. It's not like success or whatever it is a combination of smaller events that leads on to something big and something greater. So like I kind of like lived in like almost denial a little bit. I've kind of been ignoring, I've almost like lived in denial in the sense that I've been like, oh, I'll do this later, or I haven't been thinking about if what I'm doing presently at this moment in time right now is actually contributing to my future. And as a result, because I've been thinking like that and I've been in this frame of not doing things now and not thinking about every single waking moment and if it's benefiting me or not, is like it's almost like a state of denial where I don't really move anywhere. And I've been thinking, like I sat back and I've thought, is the path I'm currently on going to get me to where I want to be? Is like making like 1 or 2 YouTube videos a week, like half-assed, gonna get me to where I want to be? Is doing the same shit that I've been doing for like over and over again gonna get me to where I want to be? Or do I really need to change my mindset on things, change the way I think about it, and kind of do something different in order to get different results? And I know I've said about this before, but I've been reading a book called High Performance Habits. I've been reading quite a lot recently, you know. If you don't read, fucking read 100%. It is so good. I want to be reading a book a month. At the start of the year, I said I'd read a book of a month. I said that last year, I read a book a month as well, because I have ADHD. I'm not a naturally fast reader. I probably have some form of dyslexia as well. Like I really struggle to pronounce or read certain words. I have to like break them down visually. I said I'd read a book a month last year. I think I did that. Actually, I don't think I did that. And this month, I was like, all right, I'm going to read a book a month this year. But that's shit, you know. A book a month is absolutely nothing. I want to be reading a book a week now. So I've really improved my reading speed. I've started reading quickly. I reckon that I can do a book in about 2 weeks and probably down to a book a week. Like, I'm 100% going to blow away the book a month thing, like easily. Anyway, I've been reading a book called High Performance Habits by Brendan Buchan, whatever his name is. Really cool book, really cool author. I get asked about books all the time. Recently I've read The Power of Now, The Obstacle is the Way, and High Performance Habits is what I'm currently reading. I think it's sick. I highly recommend it. But anyway, I've been like reading that, and the book's really about, it's got a lot of stuff. It's like based on studies of high performers and what they do, and like these personality traits and things that people do that are absolutely killing it in life and business. And it like uses loads of case studies, uses loads of examples. And one of the things that I've noticed, or one of the things that he goes on about, is really like this self-reflection, this like reflecting on your goals and why you're doing things, and you should be doing things to serve a purpose greater than yourself. Like you should always be doing things to serve, and you've really got to break down like why do you want things. Like I get asked all the time about motivation, and people are like, Mo, how do I stay motivated, blah blah blah. And in all honesty, like I'm not motivated 100% of the time. It's why I feel like I always want my content to be real or authentic, but I get to like this crossroads sometimes. This song's fucking too heavy. I get to this crossroads sometimes where it's like I'm preaching about motivation and mindset and all this stuff, and that like isn't me 100% of the time, and I feel like I get this like imposter syndrome, and I don't want to be chatting shit, I don't want to be like lying to fucking you guys. But then equally, maybe no one is like that 100% of the time, and all we can do is like put a good message out there. But anyway, I've been reading this book, High Performance Habits. It goes on the studies and case studies about high performers and traits that they have, and the way that their mind looks, and like a deep dive into the good habits that they do that make them successful versus the habits that people do that make them fail at things that don't make them successful. And like reflection is a massive one. Knowing your whys, like knowing why you are doing something, thinking of the bigger picture and relating it to other people as well. Like you should be able to, I think doing stuff just for you is very superficial and selfish, and ultimately it's going to be a lot more rewarding if you do stuff for other people. So I've struggled with motivation a bit recently. I just felt like I just felt a little bit lost. Like, what are my goals? What do I want to do? And it's all well and good having like these financial goals and these like monetary goals and other goals and blah blah blah. But what do you really want? And for me, it's like, I've been thinking about it. There's a few things, you know. I get selfishly, I get great enjoyment out of skydiving. I fucking love skydiving. That makes you feel like incredibly present. It makes you feel alive. The people there are wonderful. They say surround yourself with people that like are doing better than you and people that lift you higher. And that's why I love YouTube and podcasts. You guys know, because you can surround yourself with literally like people that you may never get the opportunity to meet. Great minds. Skydiving is similar. It's like obviously it's expensive. It costs a lot. It's fucking made me broke many a times. But it's like the people you're surrounded with are like CEOs. They're people that have like this like go-getter attitude. They're killing it in business. They're killing it in life. They have this like sick outlook on things, but they also like love adventure and having fun. I can really relate and resonate to these people. I think it's such a good environment to be in. So I want to be doing more skydives. I want to do 100 skydives this year. I want to be absolutely fucking smashing it. I want to be sick at skydiving. I'm so passionate about it. Like, I'm gonna start doing more training to make me better at skydiving. I'm improving my flexibility, doing other things just to make me like a better skydiver, because I fucking love it. So that's one of the things. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to earn money. So one of the things I want to do is get more financially stable, earn more money, take Wobs to 500k a year. Like, I wanna do stuff that's gonna put me in that position as well. Then you got to think, okay, why do I want to earn more money? What motivates me to earn more money other than, so skydiving's a good one. I want to be able to go on holiday with my friends. Think about when I'm happiest, when I'm like traveling, when I'm in new places, when I'm constantly getting out, when I'm at festivals. You know, why do we live for that? Why do we live for those moments? And why are those like the highlights of your life? Is it because it's not necessarily because I'm like not happy doing what I'm doing? Like, I do appreciate like everything I have and grateful for the present moment. But it's like, you can still, even things that you like get great gratification and you like fucking love doing, you are able to do all the time. You've just got to put the work in to get it. So I want to earn more money so I can go on more holidays with my friends, so I can make that part of my lifestyle, so I can travel, so I can work away, grow my YouTube channel, so I can make videos that ultimately benefit people. The good thing about the podcast, and why I'm like super motivated to it, I've released a second one now by the way, is that the messages that I get, it feels good to give. It's like this giving value and being able to just talk my mind and chat shit, and people being able to like get something from it feels fucking incredible, mate. Like, it feels so good, and that's what I love, and that's why I started originally to make content. And it just felt like where you're just making content, you're going through the motions, people expect you to do this, and then you just get used to this kind of like, you get caught up in this cycle, and you forget the reasons why. Like, you get to a place, you get to the top, you get to somewhere where you dreamed of being, and then once you're there, you're like, kind of like, now what? Like, now what do I do? Like, I feel a bit lost. And it's, even if you haven't started, it's a similar thing. It's two sides of the same coin. You think you're gonna get somewhere, you think you're gonna make it, and then you get there, and it's a bit like, now what? I've spoke to my mates who are big time fucking music producers, people that get played on the radio. I've got a lot of friends in the music industry, and they're like, oh, I always dreamed of this, I always dreamed of having my tracks here, getting this many plays, and it's like, now, like, I'm here now, like, now what do I do? Where do I go from here? I think it's remembering like why you started it, and the real reasons why, you know, like reconnecting with that passion to things, that giving, that like the act of just breaking it down and looking at really examining and taking the time to reflect on why you do it. I want more money for skydiving. I want more money to have better life experiences, to live my life, and the realization, like the acceptance of your own mortality, that you are gonna die. You're never gonna get this second back. You're never gonna get this minute back. So like, take the time wisely. What are you doing with it right now? You know, are you wasting your time, or are you utilizing it efficiently? That's not to say you have to like work all the fucking time, but just make sure your work is quality. I procrastinate a lot. I've really struggled recently with procrastination in terms of like not having like high amounts of output. So I need to work harder, I need to take more time off as well. And it's like money, I'm gonna make more money, so my family, my mum, my little sisters, I absolutely love them to bits. I want to be able to buy them things. I promised my little sisters about 5 years ago, when they're 17, I'll buy them cars and pay for all their driving license and driving lessons. That's coming up soon. Gotta make money for that. I want to take them on holiday. I want to give them experiences, things that I was never able to do in my childhood, that I always wanted to do, that my parents didn't have the money for. I want to be able to provide them with things like that. It's all about thinking, how can I serve other people? Am I happy on this current path that I am traveling down right now? Are the actions that I'm taking right now in this present moment putting me on the right path to where I want to be? Or should I be changing things slightly? Should I be changing things differently? Have I got these bad bad habits of saying I'm going to do it later, or am I going to address the issue now and actually like face the fucking issue. You know what you're doing wrong. You know the bad habits that you have, and you are able to change them. Like if you procrastinate a lot, if you're anxious, if you worry about things, if you worry about the future, fucking change it, man. Meditate, read, start reading. Like I said, I'm not a natural reader. I don't naturally read well, but I'm gonna be reading a book a week. I will be reading a book a week, and I'll be good at it. And that seemed fucking impossible literally last month. But certain things like when you read, use a reading aid, so a bit of card, and it actually speeds you up greatly. Ignore the outer thirds of the page and just read the central, and then you can kind of get the gist of the reading, and everything that's going in gets absorbed. Especially my mind like works at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I find it really hard to switch off. If I'm reading, I find that I'm like reading subconsciously other bits as well, and it slows me down. So by using a reading aid, it just makes sure I'm looking at the right thing. By reading that inner two, or only looking at the inner 2/3, you save loads of time. So basically skipping out these bits and these bits. And if something doesn't make sense because your mind can't put the two and two together and connect the words, then just read like the little last word. But that's making me read much quicker, like allocating time to read in my morning routine as well, and not going on social media or on your phone like before reading. I like to read in the morning. I find that it gets like you get this thing called a contrast effect, where if you're like dopamine's getting spiked by social media, and you're using this app and this thing that's made to fucking stimulate you and get you addicted and keep you involved in it, it's going to be so difficult to sit down and read a book. It's like when you eat something really sugary and then you eat an apple. An apple on its own might be fucking delicious, but when you eat a bag of sweets before, the apple suddenly tastes like a bit more bitter. It doesn't taste so good. Same thing with reading, same thing with social media. You're using this thing, you're using this app that's designed to make you addicted and spike your fucking dopamine, and then you open a book, it just seems bland and boring, even though the book is like what you need, you know. Other habits, like I'm going to start doing things like using my phone less, tracking the amount of time I spend on my phone, and doing shit like reading instead of being on my phone. Like if I eat, I read. I'm going to start reading. If I eat, I'm going to start reading. I'm going to be getting through a book a week. I will fucking do it, mark my words. But yeah, that's how I've been feeling in terms of motivation. Just like a little bit, not so much down, but like dwindling, in the sense that it's like I don't want to live in a state of denial. Like what do you think my worst habit is? Comment down below. What is my worst trait and my worst habit? Even if you don't know me, what does it seem like? I'll be curious to see what people think. Because I've been asking my friends that as well recently. What is my worst habit? What is my worst trait? What can you improve on? So yeah, seek criticism. Remember your reasons why. That's the most important. Reflect on your reasons why, and just work, man. Just work. Like, but make sure the work is quality. Work hard, play hard. Like, it's a saying for a reason. I think I got in this like haze of like work where I kind of like do half work, half procrastination, half putting things off. And I still do it, and it's going to be like a process to change, but it's like it's less beneficial. Like 6 hours of good hard graft and then 4 hours break is going to be much better than 10 hours of like foggy, hazy work where you're not actually getting much done. Because once you get in that flow state, like I am now, and like you really get into making videos, I fucking love it, man. But it's just getting there, and it's getting past the excuses and getting past all these little distractions like social media and other stuff. I hate Instagram. I hate Facebook. I hate Twitter. I like YouTube. YouTube is cool. I'm not a fan of them. Like, I think they're cool, they serve a purpose. It's like, but it's just like, it's like a means to an end. It's just something to keep you distracted, something to keep you numb, something that you use to waste time. I deleted Twitter the other day, and the amount of times I find myself, when I'm on my laptop, automatically typing in Twitter on the URL. It's like, holy shit, how much time did I waste on this? And I would delete Instagram, I'd delete all my social medias if it wasn't for like sponsorships, and if it wasn't for you guys and being able to give value, and people messaging me and being like, yo, this is really beneficial to me. So I'm willing to take the hit in terms of having that like addictive thing just there, if it can give you guys value, and if I can provide you with something. I've been thinking about my content and like evaluating it, and it's like, okay, it's all well and good being real and being myself, and I'm always going to be real and being myself, but like what value am I actually providing here, right? Is it just like fucking emptiness and fluff and shit? So I'm still going to do like stupid shit, obviously, but I really want to consider value and consider making my videos more giving back to people more, and actually providing more of a service to people, rather than just like cruising through life, just recording stuff and documenting stuff. And like, I disagree with Gary Vee on that sense. Obviously creation is good, doing a lot of stuff's good, but value is also very important. And like, if you just document, I feel at my level, it's like you just lose motivation. You've really got to give to people and provide them with something. But yeah, that's just a random run. I didn't even plan that. I'm about to record a Q&A, but that just happened to come out. So it might be a separate video, might be in my Q&A video. If not, check out the Q&A video. Give me a follow on Instagram. Click the notification bell down below because, as I said last time, YouTube are not showing people my videos. If you're subscribed to me, they're not coming up on the subscribers homepage. I've got a channel strike as well. Maybe 2 channel strikes. I'm not sure how many I've got. I've got like an unhappy. It's not good. It's not great. So YouTube have currently got me bent over this desk and butt fucking me. But yeah. So if you want to drop me a little notification bell on that or subscribe if you're not subscribed, I greatly appreciate it. And also give me a follow on Instagram as well. Instagram, as I've been pretty slack with it. I'm gonna really make an effort on these things. And if you like any videos, if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, DM me and I get back to 99% of my DMs, as long as it is a question that can't be answered within 2 seconds of Google, you know. I'm not Google. I'm fucking better than Google, mate. But yeah, peace out. Love you to bits. Thank you. Goodbye.